All right. Good evening, everyone. How is everyone tonight?
Good.
Okay. Let me try that one more time. Good evening. How is everyone tonight? Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. He sets the precedent. Well, we hope that you guys enjoyed your day in St. Martin. We are, for those of you who don't know, the Corning Museum of Glass Hot Glass Show. This is Verity Burley. She's going to make a beautiful piece of glass for you today. Everyone give Verity a big round of applause. Woo! I do not know what she's making, but I'll be kind of talking you through as she works her way through the piece. Chris Rochelle is over there. He's going to be her assistant for this piece. Everyone say hi to Chris. And I'll be talking you through, like I said, my name is Matt. So we do a very informal show up here, so if you have any questions at any point, please feel free to raise your hand and let me know. Who's at their first show? All right, well, welcome. Glad that you made it up here. Better late than never, I suppose. So what Verity has done is she started out by gathering up some clear glass on a blowing iron. This is a 4.5-foot long stainless steel iron, and she's going to pick up some color. For those of you who've been to a few of the shows, you'll notice that we mostly use this frit color. Basically, just broken up chunks of colored glass. Actually, let me backtrack just a few, just for those who are at their first show. In the furnace over there where Verity is reheating that right now, we have about 110 pounds of crystal clear molten glass in that furnace. So we only melt clear glass, so we can add whatever color we need to that glass to make whatever we want. If we melted blue glass, obviously we would only be able to make things that were blue or any variation thereof. So we melt clear glass and then we add the color to it. Usually we use what's called frit. What frit is just broken up chunks of colored glass that we buy from a company in Germany. And what they do is they have all these different huge vats of clear glass, and then they'll put different metal oxides into that glass. The metal oxides will react with the heat, giving you different colors. Iron gives you green, cobalt gives you blue, titanium gives you white, so on and so forth. So that's why we only melt clear glass. Now Verity's doing something a little bit different. She's using what we call rod. And what rod is a big chunk of glass. I used to have an example of it up here for you, but you'll see it when Verity comes out. She's using a chunk of white. And that is basically the same thing as the frit, but in rod form. So what she did is she went back to our little museum space over there and broke off a chunk of white glass, and she put it in this pickup box right here, where we hold the chunks of colored glass. Looks like she's got two. You picking up another color too, or that one broke in half? Yeah. Okay. You gonna pick it back up? I'm not gonna pick up. That was just a spin. Oh, okay. All right, so we have to heat the chunks of color up, because if we were to try to adhere the glass to that actual color, because there's a larger mass, thermal shock would break that chunk of color. So that's why we heat it up in this color box. The frit doesn't matter. It's small enough to where when we roll the hot glass in it, it just adheres to the surface and it's not an issue whatsoever. But when you have a mass like that on the chunk of colored glass, we want to preheat it to about 1,000 degrees. So what she did is she gathered up some clear glass and she made what is called a collar. So she took a very small gather of glass, she blew through that, it blew through it where the air bubble actually pushed all the way through the end of that gather and popped. And so what she did is she made like she made a straw. So she opened up that clear glass into a collar, and then she shaped it up and she flattened it, heated that up, went into the box and was able to pick up this chunk of white. So that's where we are right now. After Verity picked up the chunk of white, she heated it up to get a nice even temperature, and she wants to start to shape this up. So she's going to use the blades of her jacks, or the back of her jacks rather, to start to shape this up, and in just a minute she's going to pop what we call a starter bubble into this chunk of colored glass. I'm sorry? What COE is this glass? Look at that.